Are you ready to hear the story of a place where beauty and death walk hand in hand? A place where the sound of rushing water hides whispers from the other side. This is the Suicide Hotel, the Hotel del Salto, the Hotel of the Leap. In 1923, Colombian architect Carlos Arturo Tapias designed a mansion unlike any other. It was French in style, elegant in design, a palace rising above the cliffs. It looked out over the Tequendama Falls, one of Colombia's most breathtaking sights. Imagine arriving at this hotel in the 1920s. The drive winding through green mountains, the mist of the falls touching your skin, the roar of the water echoing across the valley. A place of wealth, a place of luxury. But beneath its beauty, there was always something darker. Even its name carried a warning. Del Salto, the leap, and long before bricks were laid, the cliffs already carried a curse. According to legend, the indigenous Muisca people, trapped and hunted by Spanish conquistadors, made a choice. Rather than surrender, they leapt into the gorge. Some say the gods transformed them into eagles, their wings carrying them to freedom. But others believe their bodies shattered on the rocks, and their spirits remain, screaming, wandering, waiting. The rise of fear. At first, the hotel thrived. The wealthy of Bogotá and travelers from abroad came for the view, for the grandeur, for the romance of dining on the edge of the abyss. But soon, stories began to spread. Guests spoke of footsteps echoing in the halls when no one was there, of whispers seeping through the walls at night, of doors creaking open, then slamming shut. Some saw shadows that did not belong to them, reflections in the mirrors that stared too long. A man swore he saw his own face smiling back at him, even though his lips were still. And then came the suicides. People would wander out onto the balconies, drawn by some unseen force. They would stand at the edge, staring into the mist. And then, they leapt. Their screams would vanish into the roar of the waterfall, their bodies claimed by the river below. So many died, the hotel began to earn a new name among locals. The Suicide Hotel. Legends grew. One story tells of a wealthy woman, found dead in her room. Some say she was murdered by her lover. Others whisper she took her own life. Another tale speaks of a child, a little girl who wandered into the night. Some say she fell. Others believe she was pushed. Her laughter, faint and distorted, is still said to echo through the halls. Visitors described seeing pale figures drifting through the corridors. A woman in a long white dress gliding past the stairwell. A man without a head walking across the terrace. One traveler claimed that late at night, he saw figures standing at the balcony. Dozens of them, silent, staring into the falls. But when he blinked, they were gone. The haunting, they say, begins when the sun sets, when the last visitors leave. When the light fades and the mist rises. First a scream, distant, carried on the wind. Is it the falls? Or is it someone falling? Then come the whispers. In broken Spanish, Madre, madre, no más. Mother, no more. A plea, a cry, a warning. And if you listen too long, you may feel someone behind you, breathing on your neck, standing in the shadows. Decline and abandonment. By the 1970s, the beauty of the falls had been poisoned. The Bogotá River, once clear, was now choked with filth. The smell of rot filled the valley. Tourists stopped coming. The hotel's lights dimmed. Its rooms emptied. By the 1990s, the Hotel del Salto was abandoned. Its walls cracked. Vines crept through the windows. The roof began to rot. It became a place only the brave or the foolish would dare enter. But even in ruin, it lived. People who snuck inside spoke of strange sounds in the night, cold spots in empty rooms, and eyes, always eyes, watching from the darkness. In 2011, the Colombian government and restoration groups decided to save the building. The Hotel of the Leap was reborn, this time not as a place to stay, but as a museum. The Museum of Biodiversity and Culture. By 2013, visitors once again walked its halls, but only in daylight. Even the caretakers admit, when the sun goes down, they leave. For in the night the whispers return, the shadows move again, and the past refuses to rest. Today, tourists travel from around the world to see it, to take pictures, to feel the mist on their faces. But ask the locals, and they will tell you, the hotel is not just history, it is haunted. Stand too close to the balcony, and you may feel it. The pull, the urge to lean forward, to step beyond the edge. Maybe it is the roar of the water. Maybe it is the curse of the Muisca. Or maybe it is the spirits of those who leapt before, calling you to join them. Hotel del Salto, the suicide hotel, place of beauty, place of tragedy, a place where the line between life and death has always been thin. Some call it a museum, some call it cursed. But for those who know its history, it will always be something more. Next time you find yourself standing near a balcony above rushing water, look closely at the shadow beside you. Is it your own? Or is it something else, waiting to leap?